In a quiet coastal town named Willowmere, waves whispered secrets to the sand, and lanterns glowed softly each evening. There lived a curious girl named Elara Finch, who often let her imagination run a little too wild, sometimes into tiny fibs. Elara was clever and charming, but she had one small flaw. She couldn't resist bending the truth. Sometimes she lied to avoid trouble, and sometimes just to make her stories sound grander. One afternoon, while walking home from school, Elara spotted a glimmer near the wishing well behind the old bakery. Curiosity sparkled in her eyes as she knelt to look closer. There it was, a small gold coin, unlike any she'd ever seen. One side had a smiling face, the other a frown. Strangely, it shimmered even in the shadows. Elara picked it up and whispered, "Maybe you'll make my stories even more special." The coin gave a faint hum, as if it heard her. That evening, when her mother asked why she was late, Elara quickly lied. "I stayed to help the teacher." The coin in her pocket vibrated softly. A strange warmth spread through her pocket. The coin's frowning side began to glow. Startled, she hurried upstairs, whispering, "What's happening?" That night, her dream twisted oddly. She stood in the same kitchen, but everything was gray and frozen. Her mother turned to her and whispered, "Truth fades when you lie." Elara awoke in a sweat. The coin sat glowing faintly on her desk. Was it magic, or just her imagination? The next day at school, she told her classmates she'd met a prince from a faraway island. Everyone gasped, until the coin in her pocket grew hot again. Suddenly, her reflection in the classroom window winked at her and whispered, "Really?" she yelped, dropping her books as laughter echoed. Flustered, Elara promised herself she wouldn't lie again. But when her best friend Naya asked why she forgot her homework, she mumbled another fib. The coin pulsed harder. That evening, a voice echoed softly in her room. "Each lie has a shadow, and yours are growing." The coin spun by itself on her desk. Suddenly, strange things began to happen. Her favorite book vanished, replaced with blank pages. Her drawing pencils snapped one by one. The next morning, when she looked in the mirror, her reflection hesitated before moving. She gasped. The frowning face from the coin flashed in the glass. Terrified, she clutched the coin and shouted, "What do you want from me?" The smiling side shimmered, and a whisper replied, "The truth." Elara realized every lie she told would make her world fade, little by little. She had to make things right before the frown side took over. She began with small truths, admitting she didn't feed the goldfish, or that she broke her father's mug. Each time the coin glowed warmly, the smile side brightening again. But there was one big lie left, the one about her friend Naya. Elara had told others that Naya cheated on her test. Now the guilt felt heavy as the coin's frown pulsed again. That night, Elara couldn't sleep. She held the coin under her blanket, whispering, "I want to tell the truth. I really do." The coin glowed softly, like it believed her. The next morning, Elara found a note on her desk, not written by her. It read, "Your last lie waits at the old oak." Her heart skipped. The oak stood near the cliffside, a place she feared. She followed the path, the sky dim with early dawn, her breath visible in the cool air. Every step she took, the coin grew warmer. At the cliffside, the old oak stood, massive and twisted, roots like sleeping dragons, and under it sat a reflection of herself. "Who are you?" Elara whispered. The reflection smiled sadly. "I am the girl you pretend to be." The coin floated between them, spinning rapidly. Suddenly, memories swirled around. Every lie she told became shimmering scenes, each one cracked slightly, like fragile glass. You said, Naya cheated. You broke her heart. The reflection's voice echoed, deep and sorrowful. Ilara's eyes filled with tears. I just wanted them to like me. The reflection nodded, then show them the real you. The truth is kinder than you think. The coin fell between them, embedding into the ground. A bright flash followed, and suddenly, Ilara stood back in her classroom. But no one looked at her. The room felt cold, silent, empty. A voice whispered through the silence. This is the world your lies are building, lonely and hollow. Ilara shivered, clutching her chest. No, she cried. I'll tell the truth. Please, I'll make it right. The coin reappeared in her palm, warm and trembling. She ran out the door and found Naya near the school steps. Her breath caught as she said, Naya, I lied. You never cheated. I made it up. Naya's eyes softened. Why? Ilara's tears glistened. I wanted to feel special, but now, I just want to be honest. The coin between them shimmered one last time and dissolved into tiny beams of light. Each light entered their hearts, glowing warmly. Ilara blinked. The air felt clearer, the sky bluer. Something deep inside her had shifted. From that day on, Ilara became known for her honesty, not for her tales. People trusted her, and she trusted herself. One afternoon, she found another coin near the wishing well, but this one was silver and plain. She smiled. No magic this time. I'll make my own. As she tossed it into the well, she whispered, For the truth always. A ripple shimmered across the water, golden for just a moment. From that day on, Willamere seemed brighter. People said kindness had returned with the spring, but only Ilara knew the real reason why. And sometimes when the wind blew through the oaks, she could still hear a faint whisper, Thank you for choosing the truth. Days turned into weeks. Ilara began noticing the world differently. Every truth she spoke seemed to make things brighter. Flowers opened sooner. People smiled more easily. Even her own laughter felt lighter. One morning, her teacher, Mr. Bramwell, called her aside. Ilara, he said kindly, I've seen a change in you. Keep it. It suits you. Ilara smiled. I just stopped pretending, sir. Outside, she found Naya waiting. You've really changed, Naya said softly. Ilara nodded. Guess it took a little magic to find the truth inside me. As they walked, a small shimmer caught her eye. A single gold coin half, buried in the dirt. Naya reached for it, but Ilara stopped her. Numbersome magic belongs to lessons already learned. That night, Ilara dreamt of the old oak. The reflection of herself stood there, smiling. You did well, it whispered. Truth doesn't need magic, just courage. When she woke, the morning light poured across her bed, bright and warm. She reached under her pillow. No coin, no note, just peace. From that day, Ilara became known as the girl with the golden heart. She helped others see the beauty of honesty, even when it was hard. At the school fair, she told stories, not of dragons or treasure, but of truth and kindness. And children listened, eyes wide with wonder. Someone asked, Did it really happen? The magic coin, Ilara smiled mysteriously. Maybe, but the real magic was learning to tell the truth. Later, as she walked home, the evening sky burned orange and pink. For a moment, she thought she saw a flicker of gold in the clouds, like a wink from the coin itself. Years passed. Elara grew into a young woman with a voice that could calm storms and hearts alike. Her stories spread across Willowmere, touching everyone who listened. But she never forgot the feeling of that first lie, or the warmth that replaced it when she told the truth. It became her compass. One day, a little boy came to her in tears. "I lied to my mother," he said. "Now she's sad." Elara knelt beside him, her eyes kind. "Then make it right. Truth heals faster than time." The boy nodded and ran off. Elara watched, smiling softly. She knew what it felt like to take that first step toward honesty. That night, as the stars appeared, Elara opened her window. She whispered, "Wherever you are, thank you." And from somewhere deep in the forest, a soft golden flicker answered,